Hi everyone, it's Simon from Higher Playing Games with a review for Chimparty, the latest PlayStation 4 minigame Playlink title that came out this year. As it's a Playlink title, you will need to download an app. It's about 60 megabytes, so one of the smaller ones of the Playlink franchise, and it can be stored on an external memory card, which is mega handy. The game itself revolves around one button gameplay. So that button might be for you to jump, it might be for you to move or dodge or swing or let go of like monkey bars to swing across things. Each game, and there's about 15 different types of mini games in all, revolves around just this pressing and holding and then releasing buttons for you to control your monkey to complete tasks. Most of the times it's around like hitting a target, collecting bananas, painting and covering an area, or like collecting things or avoiding things that are coming towards you. And some of them feel a little bit samey, but like in a good way, because like once you get the hang of, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you can kind of dive on and keep going and going and going, and it makes good sense. What's good is that the controls feel relatively okay. The monkeys are very floaty in what they do, particularly when it comes to like swinging around and stuff, because it's like the arm gets outstretched to try and grab a monkey bar, but sometimes I found that my monkey would be like just flying around, not really hitting anything, and there's not much that you can do to correct that, and so the game would kind of bug out a little bit for me, and you might lose a minigame as a result. The good news is that it's simple to get into. The bad news is that sometimes, because it's so wedded to this one button gameplay, some of the games feel worse as a result of it, particularly ones where you need to steer or have precision to get somewhere and collect something. Primarily, a lot of what's going on is that you'll get an arrow back and forth, and then you'll press and hold the button, and then your arrow will fill up. A bit like Olympic games when you're doing like a javelin throw, something like that, and then you get your trajectory and off and away you go, taking nods from Angry Birds and stuff like that. They're fine, but sometimes once you're in midair, or if you want to like drive something forward, it's so natural to have a steer left and steer right button on there, but you're still wedded to a one button approach, so you're kind of having to hodgepodge around. And so if you're looking for pure precision, Chimparty won't do that for you. This is more about the general quote unquote chaos of what a one button approach can actually give you as well. In terms of the actual games and the mini games and the way how it all handles, Chimparty feels so much like the Buzz Junior games from PlayStation 2, where you'd get given the Buzz buzzers, and every game used to revolve around you pressing and holding and releasing the buzzer on the top of those buzzers. And it's just that again, but ported over to mobile. It says it's got 90 mini games, it's really only 15, but they're redone again with more complexity in each level as you go through different worlds. So there's like a jungle world, a spooky world, like a castle-y type world. So you can kind of have the same mini game but with different maps to play on. That doesn't make it 90 mini games though, so I'm a bit like, nah, come on. You're not Bishy Bashy special, so just be aware of that when you're getting into it. And some of them do feel a little bit similar, as I was saying before. There's a couple of modes to Chimparty though, and there's a couple of weird idiosyncrasies in terms of how the games are structured. The main mode for up to 4 players locally, and it's locally only on this game, is the board game mode, where you can move around and collect stars for hitting certain score targets of 1, 2 and 3 stars for each minigame. The winner then gets a bonus star on top. That then translates to moves around the board, and then wherever you land is when it determines the next minigame that you go for. That's fine, but because if you're playing on your own, it then has broken out a solo mode separate, which is the same board game, but you're being chased by a Yeti who moves a couple of spaces each time, so it challenges you to initially finish 3rd for every event, 2nd for every event, or like 1st for nearly every event. But the AI are perfectly fine and actually quite competent. So why isn't that single board? Why is the single mode nigh on exactly the same not also allowed in the board game mode, where I could just play the board game mode with 3 AI? and it really bugs me because I can then go out and play all the mini games randomly in random mode, where it just picks 10 at random and chucks them back to back without the board game. Or you can do event mode, which is where you can actually pick your own playlist of events and games and mini games to play. So if you just wanted to do all of the like hurdle jump ones or the barrel dodge ones, you can just line them all up back to back for up to 10 and then press play and off you go. So I quite like the customization there. It just feels like a bit of a weird insight that I can't play the main board game mode just on my own with free AI, when clearly there is AI throughout the whole experience. So yeah, that is Chimparty. Overall, actually, it's quite fun. It's a nice distraction. Its problem is its own implementation of its design, because a one-button press game can be done very well, and I'd go back to some of the Buzz Junior games to show you actually the diversity and wealth of stuff that you can do. Chimparty is fine with what it's got. It's just as good as Frantics from last year, but I would say Frantics has a bit more of a cheeky edge to it and a bit more character. So Frantics is still probably the top of the two of the mini games, but this is a close second. So if you enjoyed Frantics and you like to have very simple, easy to grasp, but you're not necessarily looking for top level precision mechanics for mini games and fun, Chimparty may be well worth your attention. It's out now. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. This channel is just one of my many projects that cover games, music and film. If you enjoy any of these and would consider supporting me to develop further in the future, you can do so by visiting patreon.com/Satorimon. Thank you for your time and for watching the video.